Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to our humble Soviet Republic, nestled deep, seemingly, in the middle of nowhere. Off in the distance, Ashikal is in a bit of a state of emergency here, as quite a few of our vehicles are entering a state of complete disrepair. The irony of this situation is not lost on me, folks. Last session, I believe I began by pointing out this icon and saying that it would be the last time our nation would ever see it, and we'd quickly solve the problem, and so on and so forth. So, of course, at the beginning of this session, we see not just one instance of this icon, but three. In fact, I think it's actually four, with the jittering over here representing two of them competing for my attention. But folks, this session is going to be the one where we truly get rid of this icon once and for all. We're very close to actually having our vehicle repair station up and running. We just need to complete the construction of this footpath, so let's go ahead and prioritize that as a high priority, and that should hopefully do the trick, because then people will be able to come from this bus stop over here down to the vehicle repair station, and that will then allow them to start actually working on these vehicles that are nearby and the other vehicles that'll drive themselves over to actually get some work done. So yeah, very much looking forward to that happening, but not much we can do in the interim. We just have to let time move forward and hope to God that the construction office rushes to actually build this footpath over here. I do believe we have access to all the resources we need for the time being, but there is a bit of adjusting we need to do for our construction offices to make sure we can continue our work over here as well while we wait for power to be provided to this particular construction office. Still a little annoyed about the weird disconnect, quite literally it's a disconnect, that's happening over here, but it is what it is. We just got to deal with it, and so we shall. With that said, folks, let's go ahead and get this party started, get time moving at double speed, and just hope that this thing gets done as soon as possible, because these vehicles breaking down, they're causing us a lot of trouble. They're causing us a lot of trouble. Now, I should also actually take care of a new problem that is slowly brewing, and that has to do with the aforementioned bus stop and the arrival of workers at this bus stop. You'll recall that when we established our line that picks workers up from this bus platform, we specifically said not to pick up anybody with a university education, but that is obviously now going to start getting in our way as more and more of our population actually gets that university education. So let's go ahead and make sure that we are viewing line details and that we are actually picking those people up as well, and then also, of course, dropping them off to work too. Otherwise, we're going to see over time this bus platform leave more and more people behind as more and more people get that higher level education. This is extremely unfortunate timing. This kind of stuff is going to be extremely expensive for us. So, man, I cannot wait to get this up and running. My goodness. But that'll be the last of me mentioning it until it actually is up and running. Let's go ahead and turn our attention to a few more things up over here. For one, let's make sure we are actually continuing research, because otherwise we did all that work for nothing. We actually have to research distribution office to be able to build distribution offices. So let's move forward with that. Let's go ahead and limit the number of party officials that actually work on said research. And then hopefully we can very soon build the technical university down over here. And then we can start working on the radio broadcast technologies and the radio broadcast station. And then, of course, the technology that allows us to actually influence people's opinions. That is, again, just as a quick reminder, going to be the result of party member ranking, secret police, influence of radio broadcast, and then separately introduction to broadcasting and radio signal broadcasting. So it's quite a bit of work for us to be able to influence people's opinions like that, but it's well worth the effort, of course. Now, with that said, there is one more urgent matter for us to deal with, and that has to do with the warnings we were getting about people starving and not having access to meat. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and slow time down momentarily, because this is actually, yes, just that urgent. It occurred to me between recording sessions that the problem is the availability of staff and room at the actual grocery stores. Sure, we have all the food and we have all the meat, but what we don't have is actual just room at the grocery store. Even when we have a maxed out number of sellers, this thing can get topped up, and as our population grows, inevitably, even with a maxed out number of sellers, we're going to have some shoppers waiting outside, and if they run out of time, they're not going to pick up food or meat, they're going to go home, they're going to starve. And that, I think, is what's causing us trouble. So, in order to solve that, I actually have to establish additional sources of food, like places to pick the food up from. Now, I believe previously I did take a look at the kiosk as an option, and I can't remember if I mentioned this before or not, but 2 tons of food and a quarter ton of meat just doesn't feel like enough. It feels like we would need a constant flow of small trucks to bring those resources over to make sure that the food actually gets distributed to the people. I'm sure there's a use case scenario for the grocery kiosk, but this doesn't seem to be it. Also, just 1 worker for 10 visitors, that feels extremely risky, just as we've seen with some of these football fields, where all it takes is for that 1 person to be done their shift, and all of a sudden, 6 people on the field are left abandoned, right? So, in order to mitigate, and rather, I should say, avoid those risks entirely, I'm going to go ahead and establish another grocery store, full and proper grocery store, right up over here. I think we have a good spot, and I think if we clear out some room, we'll actually be able to fit this quite nicely. Let's see, actually, let's see. Go in to cancel this little road section there to make room for this grocery store and a bit more central location. I think a bit of flattening will allow me to connect to the, road as well. It's acting a little funky. There we go. Yeah, that should be good. So, it serves these guys primarily, but of course these folks are able to come through as well. It has access to this garbage storage area. I forget what they're called, but I think this is a pretty good spot. So let's go ahead and pop you down over here. Sure. We're going to go ahead and prioritize this construction as well, because yes, I do think it's that urgent, and we are not going to have room for a warehouse or anything like that, but that's okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to get a small truck to use a distribution office to distribute the food and meat from here and here over to here directly, without using any warehouses or forklifts or anything like that. And I think that should work out just fine. Apart from that, we also need to rush a couple of things. We can't get power to this construction office quickly, so unfortunately we're going to have to take 1 step back so that we can take, multiple leaps forward, I guess. Let's go ahead and establish 1 more free construction office over here. Just pop you down like so. Let's go ahead and bring some of these vehicles over so that construction can continue, especially, for example, this covered hull vehicle. We need some of these mixers over as well. We definitely need to get a bus over. And maybe one of these open hull vehicles too. Do we have room for more? No, just the 4. I might need an additional free construction office as well, but this is going to help us keep up with some of the construction that's happening right now. So sure, let's go ahead and first of all make sure that these things are assigned properly, because I do believe some of these resources are coming from way off the middle of nowhere, and I don't want that happening. Prefab panels, if we need them, not that we do at present, should come from closer as well, and that should work a lot better. So let's go ahead and copy that over to here, and that should allow us to pick the pace up on some of this construction, especially up over here. We got the bus coming through as well, if I recall correctly. Where you at, buddy? Oh, is it you? This broken down hunk of junk. Oh man, the struggle is real. I really wish I'd rushed this stuff a bit sooner, but it is what it is. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, but it's going to take some getting there. Now, good news here is that this is about 50% done, give or take. I'm rounding up very gratuitously. Rounding should take me down to 40%, but let's ignore that. Just waiting for some asphalt, which it looks like is en route. We got the paver en route. Where's the actual resource that we're going to be paving? Where are you guys at? Yeah, I mean, they're distracted by some other construction here. Let's go ahead and suspend this, send that guy back. We need to really focus our tasks here. Yeah, make your way back, buddy. We'll resume this in due time, but we really do have to rush this. Okay, hopefully that'll work out. Otherwise, this is going to wait on workers as well as resources both. No, I was not trying to do any punning there. It's just quite seriously, I'm waiting on the gravel, and then also some workers need to arrive, and I just want to make sure that these construction offices have buses, because we do need to stay on this. It's a series of emergencies all happening at the same time. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. With all that happening, let's go ahead and make a couple of adjustments over here. First things first, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to actually commit to the adjustment down over here to provide power up over here, and instead I'm going to use this switch to provide power down over here. So let's get the ball rolling on that, and let's also make sure, by the way, that we have access to sewage for these guys, because they will need sewage, and they don't currently have a sewage connection. Just a little too far away. I was, again, checking between recording sessions, and this was a problem that stood out to me that I promptly forgot about until dealing with the situation over here, because I figure what I'll probably do is put the sewage tank somewhere up over here to feed into the switch down over here. I'm hoping the slope works in my favor, because there's no actual sewage output from this building, sorry. It needs to have a sewage connection, like one of the automated sewage connections. So let's go ahead and put a sewage tank. Well, first of all, let me just check what the height situation is like. Yeah, I think I should be able to pull something off over here. Let's see. Again, I don't want to connect anything to this road because we're planning on demolishing it eventually, right? So if I... Where's your footpath? There it is. If I put this up over here, I might be able to get away with it. Actually, I wonder if I shouldn't go further over and then provide some redundancies to some of these buildings. I mean, that's basically putting it right next to this, though. No. Let's go ahead and drop it over here, because again, I do need to pay for the pipes and all that stuff as well. So, like, somewhere over here probably feels about right. Let's go ahead and pop you down there. A bit of a redundancy to the left. And we're servicing some of the buildings to the right over here, including the new vehicle repair station. That sounds good. Let's see if we can't connect. No, we can't. Building in the way. Requires proper slope. All kinds of stuff. I'm sure we can figure this out. Let's go the other way around. Let's come from where? Yeah, sure. Let's pull from up there. No, that's not what I meant. Cancel that. From here. And let's see if we can't... Really? Really? Well, that's fun. How about from over here? Really? Oh, that's not ideal. Oh, hang on a second. So I might actually be able to do this. I can't pretend to know exactly why this worked, but I did it piecemeal, and it worked. So I've got this connection planned over here, and if we look above ground, you'll see that it doesn't, like, break the surface anywhere or anything weird like that. Yeah, it seems to actually go through pretty cleanly, doesn't break the surface on the road either. And so, sure, I guess that works. I'll take it. Let's go ahead and get this footpath connection done over here as well to make sure this construction actually begins. It is not suspended, so hopefully we'll see the construction offices come through. Excellent. And let's also go ahead and commission the construction of the pipe here as well. Cool. That should be nice and helpful. God, how I wish I could just... Because this is going to need that for sure. Now, still waiting for asphalt over here. That's all well and good. It's coming through right now. We are moving at single speed right now, but that's because there's a bit of kind of live action happening at the moment. A lot of these things will need instant responses as soon as, like, construction and stuff is done, so I don't want to get, caught unawares, basically. But down over here, let's go ahead and push this over a little bit. And once I do that, we can go ahead and move it double time, I think. If I can just find the electric substation and pop this down. And folks, as I do this, I just want to mention really quickly a couple of things. One, if you've been enjoying this series, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving those likes and comments down below. As always, they make a very big difference in letting me know what people are enjoying on the channel, letting me know what I should do more or less of, and how I should go about doing it. I do read through all of the comments. I do take to heart any feedback, suggestions, opinions, questions that you might have, and I try to address them as soon as I can. With that said, I also want to mention that right now you're actually watching an episode that was recorded quite a while ago. You might have already forgotten by now because it was so long ago when I first mentioned that I was, I've been feeling a little under the weather, so on and so forth. But, you know, at that point in time, I just sort of gained a lot of momentum, I guess. I was able to record a bunch of sessions basically back to back, and so this is coming as a result of that very same sort of marathon recording session, if you will. So if I haven't addressed some of your comments for the last handful of episodes, that's why. It's because at the time of this recording, technically those comments didn't even exist, because technically the prior episodes hadn't even been uploaded yet. So I hope you don't mind. It's, you know, I didn't want to lose this wind in my sails, and I hope you don't mind. But yeah, just as a heads up, I will still be, of course, reading all of those comments. I will address them, you know, once this marathon recording session is over, and I can kind of feel myself running out of gas, probably in the next couple of episodes from this one. But if you're dropping comments, do keep them coming, because I am definitely still reading them as they come through, and I intend to, you know, make them part of my my future considerations as soon as everything's all caught up, basically. As soon as you're caught up to the episodes and I'm caught up to all the comments. Just wanted to mention that in case you're wondering, what the hell's going on? This guy's not been, you know, I left a comment about this thing ages ago and he hasn't addressed it yet. That's why. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this all operational as well. This will give us power up at this construction office, and that'll be real nice. Can't wait for that to happen again. Wish I could just click this little button over here. It would make me so happy. But the construction offices are assigned. We've got vehicles coming through. Excellent. All good stuff. Beautiful. Love to see it. Gonna go ahead and get this building as well. And apart from that, and a quick checkup over here. What are you guys up to? We got some workers coming through soon. This is very rough. Because people only stay on the bus for so long. They're not going to just sit waiting to arrive on the bus. These breakdowns are getting quite frequent. It's painful, man. It's painful. Happiness is not looking too hot. Not loving this either. I mean, the pollution situation is fluctuating. I think we were at 500 or so last session, and now we're at 300 or so, so it is fluctuating. But I wouldn't be surprised if right now we're seeing a ton of escapes happening, and actually a bit of a dip in our growth rate. Partly because of escapes, partly because of deaths? Well, maybe. I'm a little nervous, folks. I'm a little nervous. I believe this was at 1500 sometime last session, so there's a couple things to be worried about, and I very much am. We'll recover. We'll recover. We recovered here. We'll recover here as well. We'll be fine. But let's go ahead and double time things as we continue to wait for our buses to have the opportunity to repair themselves. Oh, this is good. Are you for real? Just 7 more work days required. Oh my goodness. Do we need a paver? We need a paver. Okay, that's good. Well, it's coming through. It'll be here at any moment, and then we can repair a bunch of our vehicles, and that's going to make such a big difference. And then hopefully then we can prioritize this construction over here and this construction over here, because that'll allow us to get the construction office over here working as well. Though again, is that a priority or is this a priority? People are starving, right? Oh man. You guys need to make their way over. Got a huge backup of traffic over here as well. Well, what's the deal with... I mean, can I just... Can't, like, force you there, eh? Yeah, I can't. I'm actually surprised that none of them are coming here. I have no, like, limiting factor of, like, how many workers can come here from the, from a construction office versus not, but no one's opting to come here. It is what it is. On the bright side, that's a nice number. Can't complain about that. That is a nice number. Okay, cool. Let's not get too distracted by it, though. Let's go ahead and continue our work with regards to some of the power supply. Because what I need to do, after quickly checking if this is built, and it is, okay, excellent. We've got workers coming through. Hopefully that means we can start servicing some of these vehicles. Oh god, but now the question is, do I pull them off the line so they can get serviced, or do I keep them on the line so they can keep... Jesus, I mean, you're about to fall apart, dude. Okay, let's see how this operates on its own, because it's already repairing this mixer over here because it's in range. And wow, 28 workers, 30 workers almost. Able to make real quick work of this mixer, actually. And if we take a look at this mixer, wear and tear right down to 0. Beautiful. Less than a year since its last repair. I need more of that. I need much more of that. Oh, come on, buddy. See, these guys are just stuck here. They're willing to wait for 12 hours, so they'll make it to the construction site. That's good. I guess foreign workers are willing to wait for longer. And yes, I am still relying on foreign workers, for those of you wondering, because I don't want to take away from our core industry over here that's sustaining our entire economy. Now, these guys need repairing, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you back to here. Oh no, because you're at 100%, I can only send you to a depot. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We have free depots available, so let's get free road depot established over here within this, I can't call it a radius because it's not a circle, but within this free working zone, I suppose. Pop you down right there, sure. And let's shift these guys over. So first of all, the bus. Yeah, it's going to make its way over and will hopefully auto-repair. And then we got the sewage truck as well. Make your way over to here. You'll maintain your route, so that's good. What about these garbage trucks? I guess these guys can also be brought over. And I'll remember who has what responsibility based on what their assignment is. This is funny. That's way too funny. This guy, on his way over, had a breakdown. He's been sitting there idle for so long, but he couldn't even make it. This guy too, my goodness. These vehicles, man, they're in absolute shambles. They're in absolute shambles. Oh my goodness, it's a terrible situation to be in. How are we looking down here? Cool, cool, we got a worker here. That's neat. Still waiting for resources to arrive, but they are seemingly en route. Okay, that's good. And here, yeah, we've got vehicles en route as well. Okay, cool. Progress is happening. Back to up over here. Sorry, got distracted there because this was completed. Right. I'm going to go ahead and pull a line out from here. And then establish first a switch down here. If I can fit it nicely. And then I'm going to suspend this construction for the time being so that this doesn't take priority. Yeah, it's not nicely lined up, is it? I apologize. I need to clean that up. It's just such a simple thing. Such a simple thing. It looks like it should be lined up. Oh no, it's marginally off. You know what? It won't line up, so fine. So be it. Leave it be. Pop you down there. Again, suspend this construction. And let's go ahead and draw this line down from up there to here. And then hook you up like that. Excellent. Which will then allow us to, send power further down south. We, of course, are able to pull power from here as well if we want to. But apart from pulling power from here down south, we can pull power from here over this way. And I should actually, as I say south repeatedly, clarify that this isn't actually south. If we open up the minimap, this is northwest-ish. But I'm so used to looking at the map like this, I think of that as south. Just to clarify. Anyway, I digress. Back on topic. I want to pull a line over this way, but I'm not going to do it above ground. Underground connections have worked nicely for us so far. This thing over here has been using an underground connection, and alongside some redundancies, it's been able to provide power with decent regularity. I don't think we've had any issues. So the underground connection has worked quite nicely for a very long time, and I can only assume, perhaps foolishly, that it's going to continue to work nicely for us. So, with that perhaps foolish assumption, let's go ahead and establish medium voltage underground wires to go from there down to our substation over here. I'm not going to place another switch because it's going to, again, it's going to be this like giant, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be that big, but even if it's one of these, it takes up a lot of space. It doesn't look very downtown, you know what I mean? It doesn't look the part. So I'm fine with having those in our industrial areas and in our, like, outskirts of suburbia kind of areas, but downtown core, nah, it doesn't make sense to me. So let's go ahead and bring this connection up like so. Or rather, let's go ahead and pull this out first. Want to make sure it's nice and straight. I hope flattening this terrain after the fact isn't going to be a problem. It hopefully won't be. We will have a bit of a slope, but this will all be raised, so it shouldn't be an issue. Oh geez, you know what? I haven't thought about that. Let's see, we have our underground line over here. Let me check if I were to raise the terrain. I don't have any issues. It's not going to try and stop me where we have the wire or the pipe or anything like that. Apart from needing a free excavator. So we should be okay. Fair enough. Okay. Sorry, I needed to check because that could have been an expensive, very expensive decision because we know we're going to do some terraforming over here. So I didn't want to foolishly move forth with something that would definitely need undoing. So, you, buddy, can we snap you and make you relatively straight? Yeah, like so. Cool. And then we're going to go ahead and pull down from here. Time to turn snapping off, I guess. Pull from there down to here. Not like that. Like this, and then like this. Cool. That should do the trick. Just want to make sure that it's not sticking out hideously somewhere. Looks like we're all good. That is hopefully not going to be an issue. And if I just try and like raise the terrain a little bit, it's going to ask for a free excavator. I'm not going to bother with that right now. But looks like we're all clear. A couple of bits sticking out here and there, but nothing that our terraforming won't fix. So with that, I think I'm good to commission this construction as well. Hope to God this isn't a mistake. Get that going. Get all this going. And that should provide power to this redundancy over here. And again, we can actually draw additional lines from here as well, so that if I need to have additional like redundancies down the line, I absolutely can. Coming from this very same switch, or coming from this one down here as well, you know, depending on how much further down we go. Anyway, just want to take a moment to really quickly celebrate the fact that we've actually hit that mythical 6th digit. And I'm glad I pointed it out when I did, because we could watch us slowly cross the threshold in a slow downward trickle. I was going to call it a spiral, but realistically we've been doing very well for quite some time now, and I'm very pleased with our progress. Turning my attention back to some of these vehicles over here. Let's get this bus at its 33% wear and tear. Why? Why have you not been fully repaired? Is it because not enough workers are coming through? Is it because the sewage tank is overflowing? We're working on it. We're working on it. What are we waiting for? I mean, I guess I could just get this bus over. 33% isn't that bad compared to some of the other things. So sure, let's get you over here, buddy. This bus needs to maybe make its way... Oh, sorry, wait. No, head to... That was a mistake, because this guy still doesn't have power, right? Because this is still being built. Ooh, it's almost done, 87%. And it looks like the wires have been completed, so that's good. Okay. What do we need? 8 work days, that's all we need. I just need a few more workers. Come on, guys, make your way over. Fine, I'll leave the bus here then. I'll even bring these guys over. I'll bring you down here so that you'll get repaired. I'll get you down here as well for the repairs. And then these guys will make their way over here. And over here. Because again, all we need right now is a handful of workers. And they'll likely be delivered by the microbus that comes through anyway. Lack of meat, starving. This is becoming a bigger and bigger problem. But looks like this road has been completed at least. And we're making some good progress with the grocery store too. Okay, excellent. Local workers are able to come through here, so, I mean, they're assisting, I guess, the excavator. But we'll have foreign workers come through as well. Just got to get power up here. We're getting there. It's just a slow trickle. 5 more work days if this... well, I guess 2.5 work days if these 2 people are the only folks who keep working. Oh, nice. Fresh delivery, and that'll do the trick here. Unlocking the full potential, if I've done everything right, of this construction office. Excellent. Now these guys should hopefully get to work right away. Do we have a distribution office assigned to you? Doesn't look like it. Do we seriously not? Oh yeah, we do. Okay, maybe the distribution wasn't happening because we didn't have power over here, but we have power now. So hopefully these guys are going to get to work. Some repairs happening over here. Yeah, down to nice. Because we have a decent number of workers over here. Okay, excellent, excellent. That's flowing nicely. This is all looking pretty good. It's all looking very good, actually. I guess all these vehicles are being serviced remotely. But why don't we go ahead and check these boxes and allow the other vehicles to come through for repairs as well. That's what I was waiting for. It's going to be a veritable flood of vehicles looking for repairs because everything's been worn down. But we're looking to be in a decent spot right now. A few more resources need delivering over there. Got a few open hulls. What are you guys doing? Got some vehicles coming through. Bricks are coming through. Excellent. We have concrete coming through as well. Yes, so all the required resources are coming through. And then foreign workers will hopefully come through as well to finish that grocery store. We'll get the distribution of resources happening as well shortly. Yeah, I'm glad I started building that as soon as I did because we are seeing some serious trouble. And I'm sure that is rapidly increasing the rate of escapes. Yeah. But hey, look at that. 362 people with a university education. That feels pretty good too. How are we looking over here? Pretty good. About halfway done with this. And down over here. This is nearly done. Go ahead and make this a higher priority. And then we'll make these a higher priority as well so we can get to work on this university and get to work on the broadcast technology stuff. And then as that's happening, we'll go ahead and, first of all, resume work over here and get to work on some of this stuff as well. Again, we cannot build this housing until some of these things are ready to go as well. I'm waiting for this to get built as well, right? Yeah. What are we waiting for over here? Workers, presumably. Okay. How are we looking? Oh yeah, look at that. That's so cool to me that you can actually see the vehicles in the repair facilities getting work done. I think that's super cool. I think that's super cool, man. This guy's coming through as well. No, don't. No. You've got so many workers, dude. You're only at 70. At least drop those workers off. Hold on. Can I not? Yeah, I can't rush them out, can I? Oh, god damn it. 56 workers just hanging out over here. What about you? At least you're not carrying any workers. That's okay. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. And the irony as well, because those very same workers would actually speed up the repairs happening at this repair station. Maybe I should have been a bit more careful. Cancel that repair. Will you go to your bus stop instead? 45% wear and tear, so it should resume regular operations now. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, this is cool, man. You can see those workers making their way over off in the distance. Walking right next to a broken down vehicle as a cistern just arrives. This is so cool. It's just the level of detail is awesome. And again, these doors could have absolutely been closed. The building didn't need to have this visibility and functionality, and yet here we are. And there, another vehicle arriving. This is way too cool. This is way too cool. Alright, sorry. Enough getting distracted by that. We have important matters. Oh yeah, pollution is really low now. There's a global pandemic going on, which isn't great, but pollution is super low. I don't know what was causing that huge spike. I'm so confused. So close to done here. We just need a couple of workers. Alright, we're working on it. We're working on it. Prioritizing some unfinished road. Why is that? Pretty sure this is a high priority as well. Wish more workers would come through. Looks like the buses are topping up. Wear and tear is looking pretty good. Overall, things are looking good again. Some of these vehicles are still struggling. Fair enough. Overall, though, much better state. Go ahead and get you over to here, buddy. Get you down to here as well. get you back to unloading sewage, and get you back up to this technical office. Good stuff. Where are you off to? Delivering some electronic components. I eventually want to reassign this guy. Oh, actually, he's headed back to the construction office, so you know what? Let's get you back here. Then I can actually get rid of this one. Cool. Hopefully once and for all. Then we have these dumpers and stuff as well. These guys can also now all change where they're at. Gonna let them finish their current tasks though. Don't want to interrupt them when they're almost, you know, done delivering resources. Yep. Back to here. What about you, buddy? Where you at? Picking up some asphalt. That's okay. Let him do his thing. And this paver. Currently at this unfinished road. All right, do your thing. No reason to bring him back. We'll do it after some of these tasks are completed. Because again, they're already out there. They're already working. There's no reason to interrupt them. Up over here, making progress. In comes the crane. That'll help speed things up. Excellent. Took its sweet time. And we should probably purchase some additional vehicles as well. God, I wish I could rearrange some of this stuff. I'm thinking we get, what, like 2 more cranes maybe? And I wonder actually if I can't purchase tower cranes now. No, still no tower cranes. But probably better cranes than the ones we have right now. These guys out of date? The T138? No, it's still around. 26 versus 29, 30. Now there are better options available. There are better options available for sure. I can make it red. Always a good selling point. Go ahead and grab a couple of these. Help speed up some of the construction. We'll take a look at some of the other options soon as well. But overall, things are going at an okay pace. Let's go ahead and decommission this electric substation. And let's go ahead and decommission the wires connecting it. This is getting power. These guys are getting power. These guys are getting power. And these guys are getting power as well. Okay, just wanted to make sure that we didn't cause any issues by getting rid of that that substation there. Looks like we're good. Just gotta wait for some of this construction to end as well. Taking its sweet time. Well, this is interesting. This guy is dropping steel off at the repair station. Why at the repair station and not at the you know why? Because I bet if I look up over here, I've got the repair station, but I didn't specify to only drop off fuel. Dang. Well, fix that issue. Now, with all this done, what's the deal up over here? Good, this is up and running. We've got workers coming through. We spent a lot of money on those vehicles, fair enough. Oh man, it was so nice having 6 figures. We'll get there again at some point. We need these guys to unfortunately take on some menial tasks. This is the Ashkakal warehouse, yep. So from the Ashkakal warehouse, we're going to pick up food. As long as it's above 0%, that's fine. We're going to drop it off at this spot. We're not just going to pick up food, but alcohol as well, yep. Actually, alcohol doesn't matter. We're going to drop it off over here, try and maintain at least 50% should be okay. And then we'll also want to pick up... Well, I can't pick up meat. I don't have a refrigerated vehicle here. Okay, that's fine. I have to take a bit of a convoluted approach, unfortunately, but you will deliver meat directly here from the Kuruvrud medium customs house. That'll have to do. And then hopefully we're able to meet more people's needs, because yeah, this is a serious problem. But hey, we're solving it. We're solving it. That's what we do. We solve problems around these parts. All right. Progress down here. Wow, perfect timing. This just got completed. There goes the crane that was being used to build this road. Well, I guess the streetlights and stuff. Fair enough. This is up next. Yep, vehicle's already headed over. Good stuff, good stuff. We're going to get to work on the technical university soon enough. I guess I could commission the construction of this road, but it's a ways away. We still have to complete all of this. Just waiting for workers to come through. And they should be able to come through. We might need some more buses, actually, considering the rate at which workers are coming. The SKD 706 takes 80 versus the 82 of the KSM 11. Higher speed on the KSM 11. Better engine power. Alright, let's get the KSM 11. Get a pair of these. Continue to take a hit to our economy, but that's okay. You gotta spend money to make money. This is an example of spending money to make money. Go ahead and continue construction over here. Get all this stuff built because, well, we're gonna need it to supply power down to our new expansion down there. Seeing progress over here. Both cranes working on what? I guess two adjacent. No, what are you both doing here? Oh, right, the wires, I guess. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's all well and good. That's all well and good. Food, meat. Okay, excellent. We still have food here. Yes, beautiful. These guys need a bit of repairing as well. And I wonder... I don't really care about these vehicles because I'm not importing water anymore. Buddy, you can probably make your way back over here. And I can probably turn my attention now, with this out of the way, to the situation down here. Right? I've been meaning to for a while. Just really quickly checking to make sure this is actually getting some action. This is. That's good. It's already seen some progress. But hopefully the ball doesn't get dropped on these guys. Just waiting for workers. We're constantly waiting for workers. I'm hoping the arrival of these new buses makes a difference. Voltage. Unfinished road. What's this unfinished road? Up over here. Are we prioritizing this? We don't need the demolition office that badly. Right. Hopefully that helps. Lots of construction happening at the same time. Once the sun rises, we'll properly turn our attention to this section over here, because I've got some plans. While I wait, though, for the sun to rise, let's go ahead and watch this get built, because I guess I forgot to... That's fine. You know what? That's okay. Once this is done, once some of this stuff is done, we'll go ahead and build this other fountain as well. But the reason why I came down over here was because I wanted to get this gravel square done. Wanted to do this a long time ago, but other stuff kept coming up. Go ahead and get this done now. There you go. All the way up to here. Including that little piece there. Cool. That'll be nice, I think, once this is all built up. Nice little square. But yes, sun's up. Turn our attention to this area over here. So I mentioned briefly last session, I believe it was, what I wanted to build here, and I think that is largely holding true. We're going to want a gallery of art, but rather than having the road point this way, I think I'd rather have it point this way. Just thinking about, you know, having the main entrance to the gallery of art also be the same road that a bunch of trucks use to deliver food and meat to a grocery store doesn't seem right. I mean, I guess it's symbolic in a way, you could say, one could argue, but it doesn't feel right. Real quick, sorry. Gonna just check to make sure that we are still researching over here. Yep. And then turn my attention back to here. There was a moment of concern that we were dallying. But yes, where was I? Gallery of Art. So I'm thinking we put this down facing this way, plus the road connection will make it easier for people to get here. I'm fairly confident that everybody here will be able to reach, even though the indicators right now don't say as much. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine, though. I just want to check terrain flattening. Make sure everything's nice and smooth over here real quick. Looks like it wasn't. Glad I checked. And that should hopefully make for a nice space. So, Gallery of Art, get you facing this way, like so. Go ahead and suspend this construction because I don't want to rush to get any of this stuff completed. It is not a priority. This stuff is, but we have the opportunity to plan now, so why don't we? I wanted to get like a nice, kind of like, again, community space going here. So I figure sports is something that is always falling behind, right? Unable to practice sports. We're taking care, unable to get electronics. We really need to get this up and running, don't we? This might need to become a higher priority than it currently is. And I might need to buy a bunch more vehicles more quickly than I currently have, just to help get all this stuff done more quickly. Alright, well at least we're getting resources to come through. Okay. Trying to stay focused. Pollution's up again. What is up with that? How can I stay focused when things like that are happening? I mean, global pandemic, there's nothing we can do about. Hope for the best, provide healthcare. Some of these things, I mean, unable to enjoy culture. Hopefully some of our work here will make a difference. Unable to visit a hospital still. Maybe we need another clinic. That's actually something I haven't placed in quite some time. I will need another clinic somewhere, because that one's not going to suffice. Dang. Alright, okay. Once more, I attempt to retain focus. Gonna go ahead and put down... I don't think a pool will fit here. It's a little too tight. Maybe? Ooh. The road won't connect. And it looks kind of jank, to be honest. It looks kind of weird. Very tempting. Very tempting. But I think it'll be kind of strange. Let's instead go ahead and put down like a basketball and volleyball court. I think that fits a bit more nicely. Wow, it actually fits very snugly. Can I get it to actually fit, though? Or are you going to be a pain? Come on, game, I believe in you. No, it's not going to let me off this. Ooh, hello. There we go. Never say never, I guess. Pop you down like... so. That's close enough. Didn't actually connect up there. Too steep of a descent. Well, don't give me that. Okay, hang on. That can't be real. That can't be real. This is flat. As flat as it gets. Too steep of a descent. What are you talking about? Let's see if that helped like recalculate the terrain or something. Oh, certainly got rid of the automatic connection. Really? See, I don't just want this connection up here for aesthetic purposes. I also want it to be easier for people to actually get here. This adds, you know, several, like it adds 100 more meters or so, which makes it harder for people to potentially reach the grounds, which is a bit of a problem. Oh, and now it's connecting again. I will take the janky connection if you will let me have it, game. I will absolutely take the janky connection. Cool. Get rid of these. Don't need them. And let's go ahead and put a nice monument down over here as well, because you can't ever have too many monuments. It's the Gallery of Art, and right next to the Gallery of Art, we shall have a little piece of art as well. The Soviet emblem shall suffice, I think. I'm thinking that footpath connection is good. Yeah, pop it down like so. And then what can I do back over here? Could I maybe put down like a fountain? Or... and just trying to make like a nice space, basically. Oh, yeah, it'll actually let me put down a fountain. Who would have thought? Down like so. That road at the bottom there is killing me. This will have to do. That'll have to do. Go ahead and suspend that construction, please. Demolish that. Suspend this. And let's see if we can't fit something else over here. I'm curious what, if anything. Again, don't want to make it too jam-packed, but it is a nice little area. It'd be nice to have something here. A smaller Soviet monument? Nah, that's not going to fit. Mini Lenin? Nah, no luck. Okay, maybe we just leave it empty. Maybe we just leave it empty and give it that gravel square look. Authentic stuff. Yeah. Get rid of the strip if I want to, but it feels okay. Maybe I'll take it all the way to the edge. Maybe I'll include the plaza down here, actually, down the line. We'll see. This was not a rush. Why did this get rushed? I mean, I guess it's not a rush. Because I do want to get this bus stop and stuff built, but this stuff is much more important. The game's prioritizing all the wrong stuff. Alright, we're looking up over here. Currently, no one's starving, no one's lacking meat, no one's lacking electronics. That's all well and good. Pollution is still a factor. I'm not exactly sure why. We'll keep an eye on it. This fountain is up and running and looking rather beautiful, actually. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, with the little glint on the monument back there, that's actually rather gorgeous. Beautiful. Can't wait to have this place fully operational. We'll wait to get this thing going. And on the topic of a fountain, looks like we need one all the way over here because this tennis court is on fire. Fire trucks are en route, so that'll be taken care of. Alright, good stuff. All the way over here, how are we looking? I really got to figure out what else I want to add to the construction office over here. What else am I in desperate need of? And what else I want to add over here as well? The cranes were a good addition. I don't know if I want to get rid of the old cranes. They're doing work. They're providing service still. They're not that comparatively weak to the point that I think they're useless compared to our newer cranes. But obviously, if I'm going to buy new equipment, I'm not going to buy outdated equipment. It's the buses that I keep wondering about. It's the buses that I keep wondering about because I feel like the arrival of workers is extremely slow. Really, you really are prioritizing this little construction site, aren't you? That is funny. High priority, please. Okay, this will all be high priority when the time comes. Get these to be high priority as well. That all this stuff gets done ASAP, and we have our kind of full service over here set up. Water is being supplied in the area now as well, so that's all well and good. Ooh, this should also be a high priority, as should this, so we can provide sports to the people in the area. Because again, that is another point of concern. Okay. Okay. Oh, and would you look at that? Our first reconstruction, I guess. Yeah, reconstruction in progress. Ooh. It's really exciting to see all this growth happening all at once. To have these like excavators and the cranes and stuff all at once. The reconstruction off in the distance. The pump jack off in the distance. Drilling away. I was looking for the most couth way of saying that, but it's just the visuals of progress here. Feels good, man. Feels good. Because there was a lot of planning put into this. The question now becomes, what do we plan next, right? What do we pursue next? This thing is almost done, right? Just waiting for a few more resources, just a little bit more work, And the technical university, I guess we have to rush. Man, I hope I never have to move the metro station for any reason. It's become completely non-functional, but a mainstay, a central piece of this entire downtown complex. This is almost done. That's great. Once this is done, we'll go ahead and switch to the party member ranking stuff. And if we take a look at our situation here, yeah, you can see our population is kind of wavering. That's not great. That's not great. And escapes have surpassed 70. Hopefully that's just the extended like outcome of not having this grocery store. Hopefully that problem is behind us, and hopefully we're going to see, you know, continued growth again. But hey, this number's been... Ooh, damn. That took a bit of a hit as well, didn't it? We were like barreling towards 400, and then all of a sudden we took a bit of a hit. I'm not surprised there. Most educated are going to be the first ones to leave the nation. Alright, we'll keep an eye on the situation. And what's the deal up over here, meanwhile? Decent number of workers, decent number of workers. I wanted to make sure this wasn't taking too many people away. And it looks like all of our vehicles are in a decent state, so I might actually be able to reduce the number of workers required here down to 15. So we're pulling fewer people away from some of the more important jobs in our glorious republic. Beautiful. Roughly 4 tons of clothes. Yeah, good stuff. Steady flow of vital resources, including money. Next up, I think we have to establish our additional clinic, and I want to get our medical university established over here is something I want to think about. I do think it fits quite nicely. Can't recall if I checked this already, sorry. Things are a bit of a blur at times still. But if we take a look at medical university, it should, yes, fit. With a bit of terraforming, it'll fit just perfectly, actually. And then this becomes our like education trio, basically. We have the small headquarters, we have the medical university, and we have the technical university as well. No rush on the medical university. Again, we're going to train the next generation of experts using these two, but it's good to remember that we're saving this spot for something, because I do also need to, yes, consider where our hospital goes, because we need one. We need one desperately. Gonna have a small hospital somewhere over here. Again, obviously we'll have to do a bunch of flattening and stuff. Oh, could I fit the hospital over here? Nah, won't fit. There's the large hospital, which is maybe a bit too big. Maybe. And then there is the small clinic, which is probably too small at this point. We can't rely on a small clinic anymore. I think we need a proper hospital now. Where'd it go? There it is. We need another fire station too, to be honest. Large hospital might be overkill. 450 patients versus 90. You know, I don't think I have enough experts to sustain 450 patients anyway. But we definitely need a hospital. This thing feels so small by comparison. But yeah, maybe it makes sense to have that established in this central area. Quick access to all the main roads, and then further housing down here and over here. Or does it make more sense to have the hospital somewhere over here like this? Connection to one of the 2 lanes. Easy access to this U-turn section if I do decide to make them one-ways. It does work. We'll have good coverage. It'll have access to all the essential, like, you know, sewage, water, power, all that good stuff as well. That's not bad. Again, this area is reserved. Alright. Something to think about. I'll probably consider... Well, I don't think it makes sense to do it over here. Right next to the bus station makes sense. Right on top of the bus station seems like a bit much. So yeah, maybe we pop it down over here. Alright, that's something to consider. And otherwise, we're seeing good progress on these. Just want to make sure the priorities are still correct. Yeah, alright, so there's still some work to be done with regards to our construction offices to make sure they all have the right vehicles. We might need some more buses, some more cranes and excavators and stuff as well. We'll see. But I think all that and more, folks, will have to wait until next time. We've made some really good progress this session, I think. We've got this construction office up and running. We've got the vehicle repair station. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Got the name right that time. That's up and running as well. Like this entire section is now actually properly working. It's got workers, it's got resources, it's got power, it's got the sewage connection. Nah, still waiting on that. You can see the pipes being worked on off in the distance. Soon though, soon. But this feels pretty good. This was, I think, a very productive session, responding to a few very, very scary emergencies. I don't think we've fully recovered from them yet, but hopefully, yeah, we're seeing a bit of an uptrend again, and hopefully that'll stick. Little bumpy road will forever be remembered. 1966, was it? Yeah, fair enough. But things are looking pretty good, folks. I hope you enjoyed this session as I move in to suspend the construction of these flats, because I do not yet need them. Oh, actually, you know what? You know what? I think I might. We got to get a move on over here. We got to get a move on over here. This is becoming a bit more of an urgent situation. Folks, the emergencies continue next time. I hope you enjoyed this session. I most certainly did. Lots of work done here. Lots more to do. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time. Cheers.